Yes, ma'am. It's actually, the whole events with Ashlee is one giant blur of craziness. I don't know of any other way to explain it. In short, she ended up going on a road trip at the instructions of individuals that she barely even knows, and I question if she even knows them really at all, in efforts to drop Melodee off with them, apparently some location in Utah. She had said that it was a couple that she met at a zoo. This couple had a daughter that's Melodee's age that she wanted Melodee to be able to play with. But she doesn't know these people's names, their address, their phone number, their location, nothing. It's bizarre. It makes no sense.
It particularly makes no sense that Ashlee Buzzard would say, I don't know this couple that I met at the zoo. I don't know their names. I don't know their address. I don't know their contact information, when apparently she was making contact with them. And can you describe what she said about the contact she made with them and how the plan kept changing about the drop-off of Melodee?
She wouldn't go into too much details because she was very paranoid that the house is bugged, and she still wasn't really trusting me that much, as we discovered on that Thursday that she decided to confront me, or whatever you would want to call it. She didn't make it clear of how she communicated, especially when she was saying she didn't have accurate phone numbers for them. She also didn't make it clear. She said that she knew the woman's name of the couple, and that she looked on white pages and verified that there was someone by that name listed on the white pages. Okay, well, if someone's called John Doe, there's probably 20 John Does throughout the nation. So it's the fact that she trusted and believed some stranger that she randomly met at a zoo to care for her daughter, and trusted what she said was true without checking ID, without checking where she lives, without going to the house, without verifying where Melodee was going to be sleeping. It's just mind-boggling for me. And
well, to say the least, without getting a contact phone number to call her back. And again, I'm still perplexed by the details, Mr. Brewer, about, and I think, you correct me if I'm wrong here, that Ashlee Buzzard said to you that this woman kept changing the drop-off details, kept changing the plan. Is that true?
Exactly, and that's why she ended up in Nebraska and all these different places, because they kept changing. Was like, oh no, meet us here, no, meet us here, then meet us maybe Utah, wherever she ended up last with Melodee was the final drop off. So they kept changing it because apparently this couple, this individual, this whoever was paranoid of the government and being followed and spied on. So they wanted to make sure that if Ashlee was being tracked, then it would be harder for them to be tracked, changing all these different locations. And I know how weird and bizarre this sounds, but this is just the information that I was provided. And whether it's true or not, this is what she relayed to me.
I mean, that's a whole other question, whether what she told you is true. It sounds so manic. And also, how is she communicating with a woman multiple times to change drop-off locations if she suddenly says, I have no means of communicating with said woman?
And she said that she originally had a phone number for them, and she no longer has it because they ended up either disconnecting it, or it was a text now number or something similar. And she was told that when she got home, Melodee would start calling her. And it's been, 45, 50 days and still no phone call as of November 6th.
And that was the plan, to be clear, that this couple, again, that Ashlee Buzzard told you she met them at a zoo and made this plan to drop her 9-year-old daughter off with them. And that they'd have a daily contact with Melodee. Did she say why? What was the whole purpose of getting rid of her daughter to this mystery couple in the first place?
Without going through too much detail with her medical history, she had an outpatient, so she has a surgery coming up. And the surgery, after she told me what it is, it's an outpatient surgery that you're going to be out for the day. It's nothing. But in her mind, it's something that Melodee needed to be away from her for at least a month or two, an effort for Ashlee to do the surgeries, the medical care, and get back on her feet so she could take care of Melodee. So her excuse for it just makes no sense either. Because again, the medical procedure in which she's claiming that she needs to have done, it's an outpatient surgery that, you know, I've had done myself. So it's not something that she needs to be out for a month for.
And she admitted to you that she was changing her license plates all along the route to this drop-off of her daughter with this couple.
You know, the thing about that is I had brought up something about the license plate because I had seen the report. And my license plates, I was trying not to let it in public, but they decided to announce in the middle of court that my license plates is from Oklahoma. So I go back and forth between California and Oklahoma. So I had said, you know, oh, California is required to have 2 plates, one in the front, one in the back. I go, I'm surprised I haven't got pulled over yet. So she went on to tell me about this website I can go on to order fake plates that look real so I can switch them out without being noticed.
So she informed you how to switch plates. But did she also confirm that she had switched her plates on that trip?
Yeah, she even mentioned that she has done it in the past. She didn't specify it was for that trip. But she had said her friend had told her about it, which she was applying, referring to the friend that has Melodee.
Okay, so there's another report, and I'm hoping you can corroborate this. There was a report from a private investigator who said that Ashlee Buzzard had been cutting the faces of Melodee out of the missing persons posters, and you have been inside her home. What did you witness in her home?
So she didn't cut the faces out. So I mean, that was either a miscommunication. So she took the photos out of the missing persons photo, the poster boards that people made, and she has them lined on her couch. They're all on her couch, and then she has a body pillow with Melodee's hoodie and pants on it, like dressed like Melodee, and that's what's on her couch. So she basically has like a little shrine to Melodee on her couch.
And the photos, you're saying she lifted the photos off of the missing persons poster so that she could arrange those things on her sofa?
Yeah, what you're showing now, that's what she did. She ripped those down and they're all on her sofa.
But she didn't cut them as if to deface them. She wanted the pictures off of those boards. Correct,
yes, ma'am. Yeah, no, they were not to be defaced.
And they're lined up on her sofa?
Lined up on her sofa, yes, ma'am.
And again, next to a body pillow that is dressed in Melodee's clothing?
Yes, it's one of those pillows that you put behind your back. So it's not the long body pillows, but it's one that goes behind your back, and it has Melodee's orange hoodie on it. And at one point in time, it had like a pair of pants on it. It was very strange. And I asked her like why she has the hoodie on the pillow, and she said it's because she misses Melodee.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about that.
You know, and
there was, I remember on the, go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I spoke to other people too, and they had told me that sounds like a shrine or memorial that people do. And when I was sitting there, you know, that didn't cross my mind. I didn't even think that initially, but now looking back on it, it's extremely creepy and concerning. And I apologize for interrupting. There's a lag.
I mean, to say the least, it is extremely disconcerting that she's dressed a pillow up as her daughter while her daughter's missing, and she refuses to say anything to authorities. Speaking of the authorities, this is a key aspect because the audio tape that was released in court was a little confusing to most people who listened to it because she was getting angry at you for what she said was being deceitful. And I wondered if it's because the police had been discussing things with you. Can you straighten the record out about what contact you had with the police and why you had contact with the police?
Yeah, so when I first went over there, I reached out to her because I've known her years ago. So when I first went over there, it was because I thought she had a family law issue that was about to happen. So I thought, because she has another daughter that was taken away from her, and Melodee has been taken away from her in the past. So I thought it was going to be a family law issue where she might need help with some document preparation or something. So that's what I thought when I originally went over there. She had me come over on the second day. And after I left, I was pulled over by a detective. And he basically, told me that I need to report back anything that I learn about Melodee to the authorities. So I was compelled to do so. I work in the field. So if I get, either a direct or indirect order from a law enforcement agent or a judge or someone, I'm going to comply. So I did. She started getting paranoid about everything that she was telling me. And then she built up in her head. I mean, I'm in my office right now. She built up in her head that I'm not a paralegal, that I'm not a legal document assistant, that I'm not a process server, that I don't have an office. So she was basically saying that I was lying, that she can't trust me, that I'm going to go to jail for fraud because I'm pretending to have an office, and that basically I was working as an undercover police officer. So that's what you were hearing in that illegal recording, by the way. I didn't authorize to be recorded, nor did I know I was being recorded. But that's partially what you were hearing, is basically her just having a paranoia meltdown.
But it's interesting for us to learn that the police pulled you over to say, we need your help, because this woman won't talk to anyone, but she talked to you. I wanted to just recap really quickly. You mentioned that she's got an older daughter who's 22 years old who was taken away from her?
Yeah, roughly 22, give or take. Early 20s, I do believe. Her name is Destiny. And if you're watching Destiny, sorry for saying your name. So I knew her when she was little as well. And she was taken away when she was little because, Ashlee's had mental health struggles since I've known her. So that contributed to Destiny being taken. And I'm not sure what happened with Melodee the first time around, but, she was, that is what it is. And that's what I thought was happening this time. I didn't think when I first made contact that Melodee was actually...
Sorry for interrupting. Has Destiny been helpful at all in trying to talk to her mother, or will her mother speak to her daughter, Destiny?
I have no idea if Destiny has tried to reach out. If she hasn't, I can't blame her. But Ashlee herself has said that she would rather Melodee be in a group home or foster home than to be anywhere near either side of her family.
Wow. Okay, a couple of other big questions. She was asking on the audio tape for her keys. She wanted you to, quote, give her keys back. What did that mean?
So a few days prior, she actually had me go make copies of her house keys and her storage keys, which those are the two places that were raided. She wanted me to bring them back to her that night because she thought I kept the originals versus the copies. But she was prepping to be arrested for Melodee's disappearance. So she wanted me to have copies of her keys. So once she's arrested, I can come empty out her storage in her house so she doesn't lose all of her belongings.
Okay, speaking of belongings, we've been watching multiple occasions where she's she's receiving flat boxes, then she's carrying what looked to be packed boxes out to a waiting vehicle, and then eventually, in another video, out to a U-Haul truck. Appliances, moving boxes. Do you have any idea what's in those boxes, Tyler?
Yeah, it's all of Melodee's stuff. All those boxes were ordered from Walmart. I was there when she was ordering them. She's claiming it's stuff that Melodee outgrew, which makes no sense because she was asking me if my nieces could benefit from the clothing, and my nieces are Melodee's age. So for her to say that Melodee has outgrew them, but she wants to give them to my nieces, makes no sense.
You know, there's something else, that she's been receiving a lot of packages at that door. Do you have any idea, other than the Walmart boxes, what she's been receiving?
She gets various things. She gets all of her food mailed to her. She gets all of her toiletries mailed to her. Her wigs are mailed to her. Her clothes. She's told me she has a shopping addiction, which I'm not sure where she gets all the money from. And that's something else. Is the last time I was there, I want to say on that Tuesday, she was deleting her Amazon account, her email account, and her bank account. She was switching that stuff because she thought it was being hacked or traced. So she was freaking out about that as well.
And there was something about a reference made to Casey Anthony. Can you explain what comment she made about Casey Anthony?
Yes, so she said she acknowledged that people were comparing her to Casey Anthony, but she like joked and was like, well, at least I'm not out partying. So you're not out partying, but look what Casey Anthony was accused of. Like, do you not realize what you just said? And like,
did she ever say, Tyler, that I didn't kill Melodee? I mean, did you ever ask her point blank, is Melodee alive or dead? Did she ever say one way or the other?
No, I did ask her, and I flat out told her. I believe it was on either that. So this all happened with her locking me in on that Wednesday, I believe. And I think it was on that Tuesday that I had asked her. I go, you know, everyone is saying, I go, you're still not giving me the full truth. I go, you're not talking to law enforcement. Everyone is saying that you either trafficked Melodee or you killed her. I go, which one is it? And she starts doing her fake crying, acting like she can believe that I asked her such a question. But she never.
But she wouldn't answer.
She never answered the question.
The things that she did tell you, Tyler, I was just going to say the things that she did tell you about this couple she met at the zoo with whom she dropped Melodee in Utah, doesn't have their phone, doesn't have their email, doesn't have their names, doesn't have contact information, but that it was all planned for a minor surgery, which, as you've said, was an outpatient surgery.
Yeah.
Do you believe any of it?
I don't believe any of it. I think, like, I don't believe any of it at all. And just to clarify, she kept saying, how do you know I left her in Utah? She didn't say she dropped her off in Utah. So that's very distinguishable. She didn't say I dropped her off with a couple in Utah. She said, how do you know I left her in Utah? So that's distinguishable. But then she like switched the subject as if she never even said that. So, and it's one of those things with her, you don't want to try to like interrogate her and keep going on that subject, because then she'll say like she's upset or that she's getting triggered. She loved that word, triggered. So with someone like that, you don't want to upset them or trigger them, especially if you're in their house. So
Tyler, you're the only person who's spoken with her. I mean, she won't speak with the police. She won't speak with Melodee's grandparents on the paternal side. We have no idea if she's spoken with her own mother. Do you know if she's spoken with her own mother?
I know she has not, and she wants nothing to do with her mother at all.
Well, being the only person who Ashlee Buzzard has spoken with, particularly about this little girl, Melodee, do you believe that Melodee is alive?
That's such a tough question, because I don't want to believe that she could have hurt Melodee at all, because I think that she does love Melodee in her own way. But the fact that she won't give me a clear yes or no answer makes me extremely uncomfortable. So I can't say one way or another, but I think that she should have been found by now if she was alive.
Tyler, I cannot thank you enough for being so candid, for talking with us tonight, for helping the police to get any information they can about this little girl, and for going through what you've been through. I'm going to repeat it. I don't believe the judge made the right decision about what I heard on that tape. I don't believe anybody says the words, "I would like to leave now," twice, if they don't have the freedom to just get up and leave and say goodbye.
It was actually 3 times. Like, I told her twice as she was staring at me. Like, I told your producer, she looked like the Annabelle doll. Just like the way she was looking at me with her and fake crying. She's like laughing while she's crying with an open box cutter next to her. And granted, she never said she was going to cut me with a box cutter, and she made sure to say for her performance that she wasn't threatening me. So, and she never physically did, but it was her demeanor, the way she was compared to how I knew her from the past. You know, she stood in front of me when I was going to go walk past her, and she locked multiple locks. When I asked her for the 3rd time to leave at the door, which you couldn't hear on the audio, you could hear the keys rattling, finally letting me out, but you didn't hear me say, "I'm ready to go now, Ashlee," for the 3rd time. So under California law, the moment I asked her the first time to leave and she didn't immediately open the door, that's false imprisonment.
I mean, you can ask O.J. Simpson, who spent 9 years in prison because of not allowing two men to leave a hotel room that he was collecting his belongings, robbing them. I mean, that was the kidnapping that led to 9 years in prison. Again, Tyler Brewer, I cannot thank you enough for being candid with us. Let's both pray together, and everyone who's watching, that our suspicions are wrong and that maybe Melodee is perhaps alive tonight. But thank you again for sharing all of these stories with us. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me, and I'm hoping the best for Melodee. And that was my goal, you know, find Melodee. That's all I want to do is help find Melodee. That's the nation's goal, find Melodee. And I also want to tell you my condolences for your dog, Atlas. We have a dog rescue, and that's one of the reasons why I reached out. And I liked the way you spoke about the verdict, and I appreciate you. And you're the only person I've done an interview with, and the only person I'm planning to do one with.
Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. It's been a hard week, so I really do appreciate that. And we'll speak again soon.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good night.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.